Hey guys, Dustin Copwell, Global Martial Arts University. Today I want to bring you a video that's going to help amplify your training. And really what this is boiling down to is what we call the 5 W's and basically what you learned when you were a child in school, the who, what, where, why, and when. Now, this video is going to be more focused on Krav Maga training, but you can really take this and put it into any style in all honesty. So let's jump right into it. The very first W that we're going to talk about is the who. Okay, so when we're training in Krav Maga, a lot of times you get into a rut and you just go through the motions, but to really amplify it and to make it a little bit more exciting and to get your mind thinking and the wheels turning, what we like to do is think of who are we dealing with. Okay, there's three basic styles when I'm teaching Krav Maga, or three training methods that I like to do, which will be soft, medium, and hard. All right, the soft is going to be soft techniques. All right, somebody that I'm not really wanting to hurt. So that who could be a drunk relative. This could be, there could be a teenager kid, something like that. I don't necessarily want to hurt them, but I don't want to, just sit there and let them abuse me or grab me or whatever it may be. All right, the next one, the medium. Okay, the medium is really just more of controlling techniques. All right, this is used a lot of time in law enforcement as well, because necessarily maybe the use of force isn't there yet and I don't want to strike and be aggressive and go, but at the same time, I have to take control of this person because I don't know where this is going to escalate yet. All right, and then the last one is hard. All right, this is where that attacker, all right, who are we talking about here? This could be active shooter, this could be a home invasion, this could be someone who's trying to rob me when I'm walking to my car. The list goes on, but this is where I have to go all out and have that intensity. So it's really good to just, when you're training and your partner goes to attack, they'll call out soft, medium, or hard. And then I instinctively have to recognize my threat, think about who this is, and I have to do that one. Okay, so for example, we're working on front chokes. I'll go up, I'll choke the person, I'll say medium. They'll do their technique and then they'll do some type of control. All right, so now they're just reacting and having to throw in different things and making sure that they can control what level of that use of force that they're having to do. All right, so we talked about who. Let's talk about the what. Okay, and you're going to notice that all these tie together, but the what is really boiling down to what am I doing? All right, right now I'm filming a video. What if somebody was to walk in? What would I do then? All right, or what if I was on grass? What if I am walking to my car? What if I'm at the grocery store? So you think about that. If I'm carrying groceries, what do I do? How do I throw combatives? How do I initiate or disengage or whatever it is? So you have to think about that. And you just mix it up in your training. So sometimes act like you're on the phone and then do your self-defense or your combatives. Act like you're holding something, you're carrying groceries, sitting down in a chair, whatever it may be. So it's really good to just do one of those things and actually do something instead of just standing there in a passive stance and waiting for the attack. So just mixing it up. All right, so we talked about who and the what. Now let's talk about where. All right, where am I? I love to take my classes outside. I love putting them in a different environment. Even just in my school, we'll go off the mat and train and go in the back. We'll go in a changing room, wherever it may be, a closed space, open space. We'll pull out chairs and tables and really mix it up. But now it gets them thinking, okay, here I am in this situation. So you can do the same thing. Where am I? And really that can change what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do. So for example, if I'm out in the car or going towards my car and I'm on asphalt, there's a lot of strikes I can throw. But if I'm on a wet, slippery slope, that's going to change a little bit. All right. There's some strikes that I may not want to throw because I may slip and fall if I'm trying to throw kicks or knees. So maybe I'm clinching and I'm striking with a hockey punch or something like that. So that really changes the factor a lot, and actually going out and doing that. If you think of our military, they don't necessarily just stay on one spot and train all the time. They try to get into a controlled environment to where they're going and simulate that. All right, so they're going to go out into a desert, or they're going to go in the mountains and train, and go to the water and train, wherever it may be. Same thing here, put yourself in different situations on where you are. Okay, so we talked about who, we talked about what are we doing, we talked about where we are. Let's talk about why. Why am I going to throw certain techniques over other techniques? And sometimes it really falls back on where you are. So even if you're just training, maybe you don't have the ability to go somewhere and train, or maybe you're just wanting to mix it up a little bit, and you can do that in a controlled environment. And how you do that is For example, I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm on a slope, I'm on loose gravel. I only want to throw upper strikes or combatives when I'm doing this technique now. So that's something to just kind of toy around with. Or maybe you're on the ground doing your techniques. So why would I hit to the ground, or why am I doing this technique? And just kind of mixing it up as you go along, or mixing in from soft, and all of a sudden they start to react, and now I have to go hard. Okay, and you're mixing it up. So why are you doing that step from one to the next, and kind of that use of force? And the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the when. When is your now? I heard that from a good friend of mine, and it's always stuck with me. When is your now is really, really important. How far are you willing to let somebody push you before you actually react? So sometimes what we'll do is we'll take pads and we'll kind of have them push them a little bit and push them. And then when are they going to do a preemptive strike maybe? Or how far, are you going to do a soft technique and you're disengaged and they come back and grab you? How far until you go to a medium or even a hard and you're throwing combative, or you're doing controlling, something along that line. So it's really all on you. Yeah, the instructor can try to tell you and give you different methods and ideas and things like that, but it really boils down all on the individual person, because everyone is going to be different. So I hope that helps, guys. Like I said, it helps my students. I love doing this with them, and I hope that you guys can take this and kind of learn from it and start really toying with it and tweaking up your training just a little bit.